Playing ARK PvP can be a pain. To make sure you're not the one left frustrated, here are 10 tricks to destroy your enemies in PvP. Hello Dodo crew and welcome back to another video on ARK Survival Ascended. I'll be starting off with some basic tricks and slowly getting to more advanced stuff later in the video. So grab a bottle of water and let's get straight into it. Real talk, I might be a pretty smart builder and raider, but I'm really bad at foot PvP. But when I see people throwing their bolas around and not hitting them once, I lose my mind. Here's the short version of how to hit bolas properly. Bolas are extremely slow. They also always have a slight turn to the left when throwing. This means that you must not aim directly at your opponent. If you always want to hit your bola, pull slightly to the right of your opponent and then throw. The faster your opponent moves, the further to the right you have to aim. You don't want to throw where your opponent is standing, but where your opponent will be standing. On a side note, as of I'm editing this, I'm at about 4k subs. If you could sub to help me reaching my goal of 10k subs by the end of the year, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're in a fight and you have a shield with you, switch to your shield as quickly as possible. Crouch down and point it at your opponent. As long as you're holding your shield, you cannot be bolled. And even if you get bolled, you can pull out the crossbow and move around by grappling to structures around you or to try bola your enemy on your own. So that you no longer need to be scared of bolas in the future. Whenever you leave your base, you need to pack your best shield, a crossbow with grappling hooks and bolas. The Billboard trap is not only the first trap you can build in any run. In my opinion, it's also the easiest trap in the entire game. With this trap, you can essentially tame all non-aggressive creatures, and it's super easy to use. Just put the billboards in your hotbar. Go to the creature you want to tame and place billboards around the creature so that it has nowhere to go. This trap is especially good for creatures like Megawana, but you have to be careful, it will try to jump away. Therefore, you have to make sure that you put billboards in a way it blocks the creature's head. Once you have trapped it, it's a super easy knockout. With this trap, you can basically tame super high Megawanas in the first 5 minutes of the game. Grabbing other players and smashing them onto the ground is still one of the easiest ways to get kills in AS8. PTs are still one of the most played creatures in ARK PvP. Dodging a Rhinios or Wyvern's grab is a little easier and you need to avoid their breath attack at all costs. If the player still grabs you, you can always grapple onto the creature to break out of its grab. For this reason, you should always bring some parachutes, because after breaking the grab, you still will smash onto the ground. If you're the grabber, you still can smash the grappled player on the ground by flying close to the ground and by swinging your PT up and down. This smashes the enemy against the ground multiple times. If you are playing PvP, a crossbow with good durability has to be in one of the first slots of your hotbar, and always put at least a stack of grappling hooks in your inventory before you leave your base. Sometimes it's not you grappling, but the enemy. Getting grappled and being pulled into turrets or getting burned by a flamethrower is pretty painful and feels like you can do nothing about it. Many players do not realize that they can cut the grapple using a sword or a hatchet and simply accept their fate. When grappled, pull out your sword and wildly swing at the line between you and your enemy. By hitting that line with a sword or hatchet, you can cut the grapple between you and the enemy. When leaving your base, at least a primitive sword has to be in your hotbar. If you already got a sword with good durability and a great amount of damage, you need to use this sword as fast as possible. You can also use that sword to scare enemies when they are grabbing you with their PTs. Swords deal a huge amount of damage and a lot of players release the grab in shock after seeing how much damage a sword can do with only a few hits. Did you know that your body consists of 70 to 80% of water? This means that you're basically closer to being water than to be a human being. When playing ARK for hours, and I know you do that. Most of us play at least 4 hours in one sitting and do not drink enough water. After hours, your body is craving for some water and you simply swoosh down some sugary crap? Every time you drink water in the game, you should also take a big sip from your water bottle. Drinking enough water during gaming sessions helps your brain to properly work, stay focused and make the right decisions when you're getting into trouble. Throw away that sugary crap you're drinking all the time, get a big bottle of water and chug that thing down, and you will come better at playing PvP. And if you want to go all out, throw away the donuts and all that other crap and prepare some fruits to snack while playing. 9 out of 10 raids are lost because attackers do not push. In 2025, everyone has already realized by now that you can't raid without a FOB. But most people just stop at the FOB. Every meter you move in the direction of your opponent's base has to be supported with turrets. Turrets are not only good in defense, but just as good for attackers. When you place turrets, it becomes more difficult to defend against you, and your opponents have to start countering your attacks so that they can push you away. As soon as you have momentum and feel like it's going in the right direction, use a turret to defend every little step you conquered. I can't really say it too often. Scouting is one of the most important tasks in a tribe. Information about your opponents is much more important than creatures or resources. Don't be afraid to PvP. I see a lot of people stay back and farm, trying to ally with everyone on the server. It actually depends on your playstyle and how you want to play, but unless you actually get into PvP, you won't get any better. What's even the point of playing PvP if you stay back in your base and farm every day? Don't be afraid to raid and do PvP, just go with it, and eventually over time you will get better. Do not farm all day long, let other people do the work and then take their stuff. You don't need to farm blueprints for hours or even days. All you need is one good raid, and you probably have all the stuff you need in less than a day. Don't waste your time farming metal, poly or cementing paste, which eventually gets stolen from you. Be the one who lets other people do your job. Confidence is probably one of my biggest mistakes. I'm way too overconfident. A lot of times I will just go for fights. I probably won't win. I always get into 2v1s and 3v1s because I cannot shut my mouth while playing PvP. In these situations, you will most of the time lose your stuff and your creatures. For me, this is part of the fun, taking on 2 or 3 players at the same time, even if I might just die and lose some items. Find out what you're capable of and try to improve. Do not take on fights while you're stacked with valuable stuff and simply do not do stupid things. Enjoy the game. ARK is the most fun game I've ever played, and honestly, even if I got wiped from time to time, I never felt like I lost much. Every time I built a base and I got destroyed, I learned how to improve my defense. Every time I got killed in PvP, I learned new stuff. And even if I get wiped sometimes, and it feels terrible, I will never give up, because you can't lose as long as you don't give up. I hope you liked this video, and I'm thrilled to read if this video has helped you. Hit the like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo.